All right, welcome back. Let's create a visualization with the date and the quantity here. Okay, so we have the table there. Let's turn this into a bar chart. Perfect. I will hold it on the corner if I can, or just in the middle and make it bigger like this a bit. And I want to make it a bit more bigger. Good. Okay, so you see it shows the date. So we have data from 22, 23, 24, and 25. So it's aggregated at the year level. Now you see the date column only had just normal date, but it understands that there's a year component, quarter component, month and day within it. So let's look into this in more detail. When the figure is selected, go up into data drill. Okay, and then we're going to drill down now. So if you click this one, see, pay attention here, that will also get highlighted. It's the same button, so you can either drill down from here or from here. Okay, once that's selected, click this one. So it says go to the next level in the hierarchy. Let's do that. Let's see what happens. So now we have, instead of year, the data is aggregated. So we are seeing sum of quantity, right? Number of items sold in total in each of the quarters. The year information is gone. We only have the quarters now. If I go one more, it will be at the monthly level. If I go one more, it will be at the daily level aggregated. So so what are we exactly looking at here? So let's start with this one. So at the yearly level, okay, basically think of this as the group by statement in the SQL. So it's the same idea. Okay, so we are grouping by the year. So we are losing any other date information here. It's only by year. So total number of items sold in 2022 is 143. In 2023, it's 501, and so on. If we drill down to the next level, which is quarterly data, basically we are just getting rid of anything regarding the date information. We are just looking at the uh, quarter information, meaning we are just looking at in which quarter was this item sold among all the years. Okay, in quarter one of all the years, meaning 2022, 23, 24, and 25. In total, in quarter one, there was 342 items sold. In quarter two, again, quarter two, what does it mean? Quarter two of 2022 plus 23 plus 24 plus 25. All of these 4 years aggregated in quarter two, we have 397. And the others are the same idea. If I go one more level, go to monthly level, for example, this May. Okay, in May of all the years, May of 2022, May of 2023, May of 2024, plus May of 2025. Take all these years, look at only the month of May, add it all up, and then you will have, in this case, 160. So 160 items were sold in May of all the 4 years we have. For example, in August, it seems to be the least, the month where, in total, least number were sold, which is 93. So in August, of all the years, of all the 4 years combined, we have 93 items sold. Okay. And again, if you go one more level, we have daily data. So I hope you understood by now what this is showing, so this should be much easier now. So if you were to look into your data, 10, what does this 10 mean? 10 means a tenth of every month in every year you aggregate it, and then you get this total quantity, which is 76. Okay, so 76 items were sold on the 10th of any month, and then you aggregate them. Okay, so what does it mean? Let me go in more detail. So 10th of January in 2022 plus 10th of February in 2022 plus 10th of March 2022 and so on and so forth. So you keep adding all those 4 years throughout all the months, 10th of each month, and then you get this value. Okay. So basically the grouping by is done by the daily level here. So you group by day and then you aggregate the values. How do I go up? Again, this button will go up. So here we are aggregating by month only. So grouping by month and then getting the aggregate total value there. Quarter, year. Okay. Now let's click this, or you see here when this is active, here this one is active, so you can click this, so make it now inactive. Now let's do another type of drilling, which will basically keep the hierarchy information. Okay. So this expand next level will do that. So let's click on that. Let's see what happens. You see, we are now at the quarterly level, right? But it keeps the hierarchy, meaning it will keep the year information. So right now, the grouping by is done based on the year and quarter. That's why it keeps the year information underneath as well. If you pay attention, there's 2022, 23, 24, 25. Okay, so the aggregation is not only at the quarterly level now, it's also on the yearly level. So year plus quarter. So it's able to, basically, as I said, the higher level hierarchy will be kept now in the data. So 2022, quarter three, and then there's quarter four, right? And then we'll go to 23, year 2023, quarter one, two, three, four, and then it will go to year 2024, and it will go on like that. Okay, again, what's the main difference here? The year information is preserved, so the hierarchy is preserved. If I go one more level, expand next level, so I'm going to the monthly level now, but you see the upper hierarchies are still kept. So you can see the hierarchies here. There's the year first, and then there's quarter, there's month after that, and then there's day after that. So, uh, so for example, we have September of 2022, which is in quarter three, and then it goes to October, November, December of 2022, which is quarter four. So you see this hierarchical information there is kept, and it's shown underneath of each of the months here, right? So January, February, March is quarter one of 2023, and you see the total sales happening in each of these months. Okay. If I go one more level, I am now at the daily level. Now you see this graph will be very wide because there is a lot of days in each month, right? You see that, for example, and another thing, not every day there's a sale happening. You can see that clearly from the dates here, but still on average there's about 7, 8 days each month. Kind of very quickly looking at it, you see sometimes even 10 days, maybe even more, of sales happening in each of the months. So here you see that it's at the daily level now, but then the upper hierarchies are kept there. So all these days here are from July of 2023, and July is in quarter three. So that's what this information is showing us. Okay, so this is very important. This will help you what kind of aggregation level you want. And then you can based on that do different things with your data. Okay, so you see this is very powerful, very easy to switch between different aggregation levels to see some kind of different information in your data set. Okay, and again, if you want to go back up, so maybe you don't want to see at the daily level but monthly level, so you just click this drill up. We are now at the monthly level with the hierarchical info kept. Drill up again, we are now back to quarterly level, drill up again, and then we are at the highest level, which is the yearly annual aggregate data. Of course, 2022, by the way, is very small because it starts from September. So that's why there's only, what is that, October? There's only 4 months of data in 2022. Okay, let's see. Now, when this is selected, when your figure is selected, let's see what this one does. Switch to the next level. This basically is like the same as this drill up or down, and then just keeping, and then it will not keep the hierarchical information in the data. Okay, it will just go to the next level. So it will switch to the next level. You see, it will switch to the next level. So we are now just monthly aggregate data. Now it's daily aggregate data. Again, drill up. When you are at the highest level, you can now also choose expand next level. I think for most of the time, probably expand next level is what you want, especially for dates like this, because you want to, I will assume most of the time you will want to preserve the yearly information or the higher hierarchies there in your dataset, right? That's probably what you want. But then again, depending on your use case, you can either do expand next level or switch to next level and visualize your data in different ways like that. And again, of course, here, for example, we can change the type, right? So we can go to a donut chart here. So if you go expand next level, of course, one thing, when you go with pie chart or donut chart, you should not have too many different values. Right now, this is way too much. Okay, this is way too much. So this is a quarterly level, and if I go to month, okay, this is now unhelpful, really. So this is because at the monthly level, we have too many months now in our data. Okay, let's go back to this one, maybe even horizontal bar chart might be even more helpful here too. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you.